Yes, guys, welcome to another Vibrations on this year Brbptv. Be real, be positive television, brothers and sisters. Welcome to each and every one of you guys who've tuned into another Vibrations. Welcome, brothers and sisters. I do appreciate you guys right there and then. I know you guys checking what's going on, brothers and sisters. Hey, it's good to be alive, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you something. Good to be alive, brothers and sisters. We are so close to the end of 2023, man. Hopefully we can make it. Thank God for the individuals who will be making it. And of course, we're making it true, man. We're making it true, brothers and sisters. So many people passed away, but we're gonna get the vibrations for today, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and of course subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. With that said, guys, let us enter the vibrations for today. Of course, I'm only gonna be dropping this one. I was gonna do another one on the reaction channel, but I'll only be doing this one right there. Of course, a message for immediate release from the cabinet office, brothers. Cabinet office right there, brothers and sisters. Parliament conveys on Friday. Of course, that's tomorrow. No, wait, what? Oh, yes, that's tomorrow, the 29th. I was checking the date right there, checking what? But today is the 28th, and they're talking about the convening of Parliament on the 29th. What's going to take place right there, guys? Rules of Dominica, blah, blah, blah. Parliament will convene on Friday, 29th, like I said before, 10 a.m. at the House of Assembly. Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilient, really, of course, interesting. Social Security, this individual right there will table a motion for the authorization of a bank guarantee to secure the commitment made in the project financing agreement between the government of Dominica and the Geothermal Power Company of Dominica Limited, owned by OMAT Technologies right there. OMAT Technology Inc. of Nevada, United States, entered into agreement on December 5th, 2023 with the government of Dominica to finance, build, and to operate a 10 megawatt geothermal power plant in Lodat at a cost to the Dominica government right there. Under the agreement, the fully operational plant will be transferred to the government of Dominica in what? 25 years, brothers and sisters. In 25 years. What interesting, brothers and sisters. I'm going to be talking about that in a moment. And of course, Lennox, I think, has a number of things to say on that as well. The government of Dominica will, of course, seek parliamentary approval to obtain a bank guarantee from the National Bank of Dominica in the amount of $14.5 million to secure the commitment for the construction of the geothermal power plant. Interesting. So, now, guys, I might get this wrong, but from what I'm reading there, it seems like there's a company signing some agreement with Dominica for the construction of this geothermal, 10 megawatt geothermal plant, right, in Loda. Now, the company's coming not to spend their money, apparently, but to take a loan in Dominica to build a power plant for which they'll be running for 25 years. They will have the full amount of money coming in. So, like I mentioned you guys some time back, on the basis of understanding how certain rich businesses work, they never use their monies. Now, 13.5 million EC dollars, that's about what, 5 million, 6 million US dollars to secure the commitment for the construction of the geothermal. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, I'm not sure if there's going to be more monies in there, but if it's $13.5 million to secure the commitment of the company, which means most likely the company is going to get that $13.5 million for them to begin the construction of this geothermal plant, and most likely they might not be using the money. So if that is the case, help me, guys, help me if you understand what I'm saying. If that is the case, they will come use the people's money to then take over a power plant for which they will be benefiting from, and in 25 years it will be handed over to the Dominican people, or the government of Dominica, this state right there. I want to see what Lennox has to say in that regard right there. But that's what I'm reading right there. That's from my understanding of what I'm reading. They're going to be taking a loan from Dominica to give the company. The company is coming, maybe not sharing any monies, but they will be benefiting for that from the geothermal for 25 years. Brothers and sisters, 25 years. Most likely they will not even spend a dime. But hey, what do I know? Let me continue right there. The government of Dominica is taking final steps towards commercial operations after drilling 7 geothermal wells in Loda. How much of them are successful? You drill the wells, but how much of them are successful? What we even in Trafalgar and sourcing a geothermal resource capable of supporting 10 megawatt of electricity generation in Loda. The government has also approved the design of the construction of a new efficient and resilient electricity transmission network from... I was thinking of something there, guys. Anyways, the new efficient and resilient electricity transmission resilient. Maybe just mean hurricane resilient, maybe hurricane resistant. Hopefully that is the case, because I think the resilient thing is played out here. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys are feeling resilient. Well, then again, the Dominican people are very resilient with all the blues the government is giving them. But hey, at least they're trying to do some 10 megawatt thing. Hopefully that comes into fruition. Let me just finish read this before I go into Lennox. Make a statement. I'm going to Lennox right there. The electricity transmission network from Roseau Valley to Fonkole, connecting the geothermal power plant to the hydroelectric. So they fuse in the water, hydroelectrical power plant, and the national grid. So I'm guessing they're going to be combining everything. Well, I guess it'll make sense to flow out everything. The proceedings of Parliament will be broadcast live at the Government Information GIS and the Dominica Broadcasting Station, which I don't think people tend to listen to much. Now, guys, I must make a statement on that regard right there. So they have been saying that they're going to be building stuff. I've been hearing from time to time. This is probably the third one that they should be building. Based off the amount of monies that was raised, I read somewhere that some overseas company or some overseas World Bank, one of them gave monies to Dominica for them to build a plant. That was earlier this year or late last year. One of them, between the 2 years, brothers and sisters, that was not done. So my question is, where's the money? Now I know, based off my understanding, that about $200 million has been spent for this geothermal. $200 million, give or take, more or less, brothers and sisters, has been spent for this geothermal. No, they haven't built anything apparently. So you're telling me that $200 million was spent to drill holes to find $200 million? Drill holes in the earth to find out. I'm not a geothermal expert, brothers and sisters, but based on what I read, brothers and sisters, that shouldn't take all that $200 million. Boy, let me leave that. Let me leave that there. Anyways, let's see what Lennox has to say in that regard right there. Of course, the president of the United Workers' Party.
On Friday, the 29th of December, the government will ask the Parliament of Dominica to authorize a bank guarantee of $13.5 million to secure the commitments that government has made in the project financing agreement between itself and the Geothermal Power Company of Dominica 2023 Limited, owned by Omat Technologies Inc. of Nevada in the...
Bring that back.
Made in the project financing agreement between itself and the Geothermal Power Company of Dominica 2023 Limited, owned by Omat Technologies Inc. of Nevada.
Maybe I didn't know what I read there. Wait a while. Dr. Irving McIntyre will table a motion for the authorization of a bank guarantee to secure the commitment made in the project financing agreement between the government of Dominica and Geothermal Power Company of Dominica Limited, owned by Omat Technology. So I'm guessing they are the ones that own the Geothermal Power Company. But where all the monies does disappear to? If they are the ones owned by... Let me leave that alone, eh? Let me leave that there. Continue, Mr. Lennox.
In the United States. In other words, with respect to the financing, building, and operating the 10 megawatt geothermal power plant at Loda, government is confirming a performance risk of $13.5 million and is therefore seeking the approval of Parliament to bind the state to meeting this financial liability. But the risk is undeclared.
Oh, so that's what the risk is for. But who knows? Like you said before, the risk is undeclared. How do you know what risk is? I mean, well, you can estimate and make statements, but on what basis do you characterize those risks? Because to me, we have been doing geothermal testing for quite some time, brothers and sisters. Maybe that's where all the $200 million go. We have been doing this for quite a while, brothers and sisters. So boy. Hey, Dominica, boy.
We do not know what performance government is obligated to in order to ensure fulfillment of the contract with Omat Technologies. And this risk needs to be disclosed.
Needs to be clarified.
The meeting of Parliament tomorrow that will debate the resolution for authorization of the bank guarantee must be clear to the people of Dominica on what exactly the risk is that justifies this performance bond.
That's exactly it. It's like he just take it from my brain. You said that you're going to take this amount of money for you to run risks. Most likely on the basis that Dominica will be bearing the cost of the risk, while the company themselves will be making all the profits. That's pretty much it. But you talk about the risk factor. What exactly is the risk factor? Can you clarify that for us, please? I'm just thinking about Dominican people just do. Why?
We have spent a huge amount of money on the exploration and development of the Rosa Valley geothermal resource. We have drilled 7 geothermal wells in Loda, Watton-Waven, and Trafalgar. The geothermal resource allows for the construction of a 10 megawatt electricity generation plant in Loda. We are at the point of setting up for commercial production, and this is the point at which we learn that we have no money for this critically important national undertaking. Notwithstanding,
I'm sure you can talk about the monies that we're giving already. I'm sure.
$6.4 billion from the sale of Dominican citizenships in the last 7 years, unlawfully placed under the control of foreign friends of the Prime Minister. So we need about $80 million from a foreign company to build the plant and then operate it for 25 years, during which time the company will recover its investment and it will make upwards of $200 million.
Okay, so on the basis of what he's saying there, the company will be spending some monies on their own. Okay, all right, cool, all right.
$1 million in profits. All of this from a resource on which we have spent hundreds of millions of dollars to reduce energy costs.
I tell you can say that. I tell you.
And decarbonize the supply of electricity.
And not a candlelight. But we have to go and, boy, all right. What I know now. What I know.
Lord, have mercy upon us. Now we must come up with a $13.5 million guarantee from the National Bank of Dominica to ensure that government does what it has committed to do under the agreement that it signed with Ormat Technologies. So you mean to tell me, on top of the $125 million loan for election year spending and all of the other excesses imposed on NBD by the government, and
that's a good point right there. With all the monies that is being spent, you don't hear they're going to take loan. You ever hear that, brothers and sisters? They're going to take loan for elections. So apparently, all of a sudden during election time, we have plenty money to run with. No need to go to parliament to do things. Millions of dollars are being spent for elections. Millions of dollars, brothers and sisters. But apparently, when it comes down to this projects there, you know what I think? I think the company is coming in. This is just my own thought process, brothers and sisters. I think the company is coming in. The company comes in. And then the government is also be going with whoever, association, shareholders, or whoever, they're going to be putting their stuff in as well. And they're going to be getting their monies from that. It seems like every time there's some sort of thing that is needed to be done, the government, if you're doing it on your own and the government doesn't get any funds from them, they won't support you. But if there's a way for them to be able to get some monies from it for themselves, they'll bring in external companies. And that's one of the things that we've kind of noticed out there. Why all these foreign companies are coming into Dominica to do work that Dominicans themselves can do. Dominicans can do the jobs, they don't give it to the Dominicans. They make the foreigners come in, so the foreigners can come in, do the job. They might overcharge the foreigners, and then outside the foreigners giving them the court. That's a possibility. That's most likely the same thing that's going to be happening. 25 years.
is still being asked to set aside its money, the money of its customers, to secure this government performance bond? What about a collateral deposit of $13.5 million from the $6,400 million of Dominica passport money being held unlawfully in overseas accounts?
Yeah, that's why I asked the question. Why? How they end up always taking loans? They have to go and seek loans from Saudi Arabia, go and seek loans wherever. Even though Melissa come and say, "Oh, we getting a what the funding, $2 million funding, blah blah blah." She say, apparently that does go up in smoke because they never say nothing about that afterwards. Yeah, but there's $41 million they get from Saudi Arabia, give or take, brothers and sisters. But during election times, they always seem to have the millions of dollars. And it has been estimated and stated that about $100 million and even more have been spent during election time. If I recall correctly, brothers and sisters, I think once was 33 million, the next was 64 million, the other one I think was 120 something million. This is being done to maintain that these individuals stay in positions of power. And then people want to come and say, "Oh, it's not that. That's why we don't need electoral reform." It's not that. You know, it's not that. That is why you need to bring in new parties and make noise with the present one as if it's their fault, not realizing the corruption starts to the one in power. How come they never go to get loan to run elections? You never ask yourself them questions. But every time they come needs to do something for the Dominica, they're going to go outside to get loans. Who you think has to pay the loans, brothers and sisters? You think it's the government them that have to pay the loan, or you? You don't have to pay back the loan. That's why they increase in taxes all over the place and this kind of things, and can hardly raise your salary. Not can hardly. They don't raise your salary in relative to inflation. Brothers and sisters, getting 2 to 6% increase in your salary, sum of all you, is not after getting probably like 50 to 60% increase in inflation. You think getting 2% or 6% or 13% somehow equates when the government themselves increasing their salaries by 50% and 30% and maybe 16% and more times again. So they're meeting the standard of inflation but telling you things are not going well for you. And when it comes down to election now, it seems like they always have the monies, their best friends giving them stuff. Not true. Their best friends giving them stuff to run elections because they so care, they're so in love with you. Look, 100 million can run. That's pocket change, man. Look, $100 million to run your elections. We don't need nothing in exchange. No. Just look, $100 million. Boy. Yes, Lord. I don't think people understand. That is the problem that I have, man. People not understanding, you know. But, you know, that's
years ago, $13.5 million of our passport money was set aside every month for construction
airport
of the international airport. We're building a $1.3 billion airport with
and all that money disappear. Let me bring that back. Well, you probably didn't hear that properly.
Years ago, $13.5 million of our passport money was set aside every month.
Every month. $13.5 million was set aside every year. Right? That money does disappear. We don't know where it go. They say, oh, things were hard in the place, so we have to use some of the monies. Even the World Bank and a number of countries were giving millions of dollars. Then they come in and tell people, hey, we were the only ones helping during that time. But look ungratefulness, we boy. Look ungratefulness, we boy. When I myself was linking with people from all over because of connections I have with bigger countries, and they were sending all sorts of things, even Trinidad. Boy. What? Gasa?
For construction of the international airport. We're building a $1.3 billion airport with cash from the Treasury.
Guys, somebody in the comments, can you guys let me know if there's any airport in the Caribbean, international airport, that has been built for over $1 billion? Let me know that in the comment box below, guys. Let me know any international airport. And if it's a $1.3 billion, I better see an airport like Dubai. Because I know how much the one in Dubai costs. I know. All right then, we shall see. Hey, maybe not no lifetime, no? Promises, man. Promises are not compared to a fool. It's interesting that they make promises and liberalizers accepting it. But then the phrase goes, promises that compared to a fool. Empty promises, brothers and sisters. You see, empty barrels make the most noise. Hey, leave them African bros alone. Run it for me, please. Run it.
We have $6.4 billion out there somewhere, but we don't have 80 million to build a 10 megawatt geothermal plant. And we don't have 13.5 million to guarantee that government meets its undisclosed obligations under the geothermal plant construction contract.
Isn't it possible, like what I said before, guys? They are bringing in these foreign companies so that they can get their cut. You think they worry about you? Look at my brothers and sisters. One of the things that I know about truth is always based in reality. Now, if I always hear people talking about my truth and your truth and their truth and donkey truth and who truth is truth, brothers and sisters, truth. Once it's my truth and your truth, if it is the truth, your truth and my truth must coincide with reality. Now, you look at the evidence out there, brothers and sisters, of things being happening. Now, I like to weigh the balance and I say, hey guys, it is good that the government does things like put up a few roads here and there, you know, do a little infrastructure here and there, things that people pay taxes for the government to do. But it seems like in Dominica, when they do these things, it's like, yay! You're clapping for what people are supposed to do, and they're having all sorts of, remember the bridge? I was there, you know. The bridge had fall down. It had fall down or it new? I can't remember. There was some party on the bridge, brothers and sisters, I was there. They had a groundbreaking ceremony to cut the bridge in Meru. Yes, I was there. They had a whole tent and so forth, fanfare, you know, because they opening the bridge, brothers and sisters, that of which they should be doing, because the people are paying taxes. You should be clapping the people who paying taxes so that these bridges could be built. But no, we have fanfare and how much money is being spent for all sorts of strange things. They are partying in the airport. Miss Ami, look, they're trying to extend the airport. You think the airport, after the party, the airport finished? No, they're trying to extend the airport. Well, it's stated that they're trying to extend the airport. But how are you trying to extend the airport? On the basis of what? On the basis of what? And then now, next door, you're trying to build an international airport. So we just throwing money all over the place. Well, then again, you know, we take more loan, take loan, let's put it on the backs of the people. When you look at what is taking place and the activities, brothers and sisters, can you say that the government is doing things for you? Or for themselves? Look at the houses that they get to build for themselves. And they are the ones telling you that things are bad in Dominica. So if they're telling you things are bad in Dominica and you're looking at what they're doing, how on earth, based on the salaries that they're getting, can they be building these kind of things? You've seen some big buildings, brand new buildings coming up in Roseau. You don't know where they're coming up from. They're asking the Prime Minister them question. Hey, don't ask me the question, what, blah, blah, blah. On these things there. Your government raising their salaries, you're saying, doesn't that affect the economy? The very economy that you're saying is not doing well. You're saying CBI is not generated that it used to generate, but you're increasing your own salaries. Who do you think they're doing things for? This is one of the reasons why I'm always here, you know, guys. People always meet me and say, hey, I give in scared blows. I don't give in scared blows. I am just pretty much saying it like it is. When you look at what is being done, is it being done for the people? What exactly is being done for the people? I see they're increasing all sorts of fees and this kind of things there on people's heads. In prices on things going up. Look, blows in custom. People getting J blows in customs. All sorts of, look, I don't even know what is the situation did the girl in customs. If she get her apple juice, I don't know. Nobody never sent me no videos in that regard, so I wouldn't know on the basis of that. But who exactly are they doing things for? They're bringing in foreign companies into Dominica that Dominicans themselves can do the work. Next thing you hear, all sorts of big buildings going in Dubai. Who do you think they're doing this? Can you go to Dubai and say, boy, let me go and buy my money? That do that. This is me. I don't do that. Let me go and stay there inside there for a few days. At least as Dominicans, they should say, come and stay at least 2 or 3 days for free. And then if you want to stay, boy, you have to pay. I would understand that sentiment, right? You can go there now. No, maybe. You have to look for Airbnb if you go to Dubai. Okay. I don't understand how people not seeing these things there. But it's the promises that are being made. I'll never forget what one of the individuals in my WhatsApp said. We finally have a chance to come back again to right our wrongs. So they know. They know. It's not that they don't know. They know. But it's just the team. Just the team, you know. So they think. Brothers and sisters, I that team, no? I side with Lennox them for sure. On the basis that they can possibly do something, put them there. Or people want to say, oh no, bring new party. New party don't make a difference. The system is corrupt. You have the present one right there. Okay, present one, okay, let's see if you can work. Put them in positions. If they form the royal donkey, you remove them. It's simple. We know the present one is forming the absolute, brothers and sisters, and I'm asking for absolutions, you know. The absolute royal donkey with Dominica's economy. Dominica is brain like a seahorse. I don't seahorse not brain. Brain like a donkey, man. No, man, brain like a seahorse because it don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So brain like a seahorse. Yes. Oh, boy. But let me continue, guys.
Where are all the billions from the sale of our citizenships? Is this indication or confirmation that the money is finished? That it is no longer available to us?
Or could be that they have already split it amongst themselves. This is one of the reasons why if you Google, it's saying that Skerrit is the richest prime minister in the Caribbean. Although certain things, different communities or certain publications would not include him. Because they also need the backing to prove it. It's not just saying, you know, but on the basis of all the monies that has disappeared. How on earth, brothers and sisters, we have monies disappearing in Dominica? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. How on earth you have monies disappearing in the nature isle of the Caribbean? And the ministers come in and tell you they don't care. Monies that can be used to help the people, to build factories, to help the elderly, to increase a little something for them. Help the disability individuals. Really? I don't know. I don't know. I find that really strange, man. I find that really strange, man. Maybe it's me that just overthink. I'm probably overthinking, brothers and sisters. I underthinking. One of them.
What is going on? And this is the breaking news. As Parliament meets on the final business day of the year 2023. Lord Jesus, Mother Africa.
Mama Africa, indeed. I wonder what the present opposition has to say on that, boy. Are they saying anything on that regard, or they just, you know what? Then people, we try our best to do things for these people, and these people just giving us blows without any substance or whatever. They don't know what's going on. So, boy. Father. Anyways, guys, I just reminiscing one night what going on here. At least people, what I mean, that is their choice, people's choice, you know. People always have a choice, whether they make the right choices or the wrong ones. They still have a choice, eh? But it's just sad that Peter has to pay for Paul on the decisions of those who don't know. They say ignorance is truly bliss, but when you know and you do, but that's an interesting too, you know. When it comes down to the human mind, brothers and sisters, it is one thing when you don't know, so everything seems nice and airy. If you don't know, you're ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. Not true. But it's a heck of a thing when you know and you're not doing what you know. Just like I asking persons a number of things. Hey, I know I need to do this. I know I need to do that. So why you not doing it? I don't know. But you know you need to do this. And you know you need to do that. Why you're not doing it? You don't know. So you have the knowledge that you need to do this to even better your own self. But why you not doing it, you don't know. Just like people, you say certain things. Oh, I know that way. Oh, if you know it, why didn't you do that though? Why didn't you do it? It has to be a human thing, man. It has, when you understand the concept, the cognitive mind, brothers and sisters. Oh! A thought process just came to mind. Sometimes it's not in the essence of what you can actually see, making connections with what you see around you. Know? The stimuli, using your stimuli, your senses. Sometimes it's the internal man that is the problem. The great book says, he who have eyes to see, let them see. But everybody have eyes. I don't think they're talking about those things, you know. I think they're talking about the internal man. You have eyes to see, let them see. Especially when you see things going wrong. Boy. And when I understand the dynamic of the mind, brothers and sisters, and I look at how they are the smart ones and they are the feeble ones when it comes down to natural selection and nature. Nature weeds out the weak-minded because they fall by the wayside. They don't know how to cope and adapt. That's one of the things when it comes down to nature. Your ability to cope and adapt. To become better so the next generation becomes better. But humans have allowed themselves to, you know, safeguard the weak ones, which of course needs to be done. You safeguard the weak ones. But when the weak ones are the ones then taking precedence, because those who know, there's a quote that goes like that, you know. It's a heck of a thing to know what to do or know what is right to do and not do nothing about it. Or when you're seeing things going wrong and the people who actually know, not say nothing about it, for what basis? Maybe for the mighty dollar. They're doing things or they're not doing things because they're getting something for themselves. They call that greed. And of course, greed is as a result of pride, you know. I want for me. It's interesting. And the great book just talk about, boy, that's a powerful book, boy, man. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts? Sorry for this whole mind process. My mind doesn't work. Anyways, brothers and sisters, yeah, guys, let me know your thought process in that regard right there. I mean, do you think the people just don't care anymore? Do you think that people care and just have hope, just hoping for the best, you know? They're just hoping or they're hoping for somebody else to come and rescue them, even though they're fighting the very people. It reminds you of the bus drivers. I'll always use that example because that to me just flabbergasted. It flabbergasted my mind, man. My mind is flabbergasted when it comes on to the situation. Bus drivers protesting, say, hey, we need some help. And other bus drivers protesting against the same bus drivers that trying to benefit all of them. Boy. In Dominica that happening. Humans are doing that way. Humans we. And it doesn't stop there, you know. You remember electoral reform, brothers and sisters? When they have all the discussions. The basis of electoral reform is to make the playing field as fair as possible. Humans coming to speak on microphone to say what they do not want to happen, even if that will make the electoral process fair for everybody. They coming to say what they don't want. Don't want to happen. So people come and say, oh, we don't need to clear the voters list. Even though clearing the voters list statistically would make a proper advantage to have a free and fair elections. People coming to say that they don't want. Boy, humans are something else, we. Oh boy. And when I think of humans, brothers and sisters, I'm not thinking of just Dominica, you know. I'm thinking about generally speaking. This is one of the reasons why I compare Democrats to labor rights, you know. When you're speaking to Democrats in the United States, they have the same mindset that labor rights have, yet still the Democrats in the United States will make noise with the labor rights. In Dominica, that is insane, brothers and sisters. That is insane. The Democrats have the same mindset, just at a different sphere. People working against them, if you look at the history of it, you could see who is exactly for the people who have done best, especially for the black community. That is the insane part. Well, at least they're waking up now. Right now, they're even asking the black communities in New York, asking for Trump to come to visit them. Because they apparently right now like him. And it seems on the basis that the present team in the United States is so bad. It's so bad that they cannot take it anymore. And the same thing is happening in Dominica. Yes, still the same people overseas will wonder if, well, not the same people because they're changing now, but there are people, I've talked to a number of them and asking them why. Oh, brothers and sisters, humans are truly something else. Anyways, guys, Sorry about all this ranting right here. I tried to end this thing and I keep going on. But what are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. And of course, let me know what you have to see in that regard. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. I saw the Trafalgar video, guys. I'll do that tomorrow and everything like that. Probably give I'm just looking to see if I get more additional. If I had gotten some more information, I would have definitely dropped that video on a React channel right there. But I haven't gotten much information in that regard. So when I do, I will definitely drop that right there for you guys. Give this video a thumbs up like I said before, guys. Subscribe and turn on that post notification. Some of all you meeting me say, Mr. Lex, I don't see. Subscribe and turn on that post notification. Click subscribe, click the bell, and then click all. So when you meet me, boy, Mr. Lex, I don't see nothing. You seen my stuff does pop up. Once it's relation to any of my channels, all my reactions will pop up, brothers and sisters. I know, I wonder why that is, but YouTube rate my reactions more than my vlogs. Because, well, they say I'm more active on the reactions and stuff. But anyways, brothers and sisters, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And with that said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.